And the normal SP with that situation within the criminal fraternity is when you've got millionaire gangsters getting you placed in prison, you normally reach out to other millionaire gangsters in his group. Which you done. Yo, speak to your mate, Paul Hannan. Go and speak to your mate, lad, William Moore. Get this put back on the streets. So I'm getting all information back, because you go through the criminal fraternity to get it dropped, get us out, let's get it dealt with. That was the SP there. That's what you do as a criminal. But these old school gangsters that are absolutely themselves now are doing utmost what they can to get me lifed off, trying their hardest, inventing statements, evidence, all this. Honest to God, it was weird. So I'm reaching out to Paul Hannan. Paul Hannan's always been classed as a bit of a suspect. You know, we had a codie called Chris Brown years ago, decent kid, Chris Brown, and I won't go any further into him or that. But I'm trying to, because Paul Hannan at the time, from Langley, Scotty, Willie Moore, same people, all shifting the same parcels. So I'm speaking to him while he's on remand in Walton, going, listen, get this dealt with. Get this boxed. Oh yeah, it's sorted, don't worry, it's being boxed, yeah, it's being boxed. I'm going to court and it's not being fucking boxed, mate. You know, the life of me off this. And all the gangsters in the city, the old school ones that wanted me gone for the other shit that was allegedly me, you know, the IEDs and that, like I'm speaking about today. They were all just sitting back letting me get sunk. Because it's Willie Moore, you know, the one that gave them all the brown, the one that was bringing the tons in, supplying them all. Because it was him I was up against, they're all just sitting back and letting him sink me, like he's not snitching, like I deserve it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I was up against. Weren't just Willie Moore I was up against, you know. You had 3 or 4 families trying to get me out the fucking picture because it was causing murder in the city. Mad, innit? But I got used and abused before I became me. You know, I'm running around the city establishing people's reputations and getting no fucking credit for it, no money for it, no graph phone ringing off its cake for it. But me and my little clique are running around doing craziness while he's getting a reputation. And because he's getting the reputation on the back of our behaviour, his graph phone's going through the roof. All the drug dealers around the city are going to him. Why? Because he's getting mad shit done to people around the city and they're all shook. But the mad shit they're getting done is getting done by the G brothers and their little clique that no one knows about. So there's loads of people in the city of Liverpool now that flourished on the back of our actions, and then we went to jail and they continued on the reputation we'd given them to make millions of pounds. I'm not lying. Even the Farleys. If it weren't for us, not me in particular, if it weren't for the affiliated group I was affiliated with at the time, the Farleys would be done in the city.
We understand that studying on your own can be quite
fact. They went into a mad war, and that war was won by my affiliates. Not him. They got the reputation. They got the security contacts around the city. They got all the financial comeback off the fear factor of what we were doing for them. But if we wouldn't have done them acts for them, they'd be finished. There's a reason why the Lynches got finished. And it weren't because of them. It was because of me and my affiliates. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Now, if we wouldn't have stepped in, because everyone thinks it was the Richardsons against the Lynches. Everyone thinks it was Pancake against the Lynches. Everyone thinks it was Glover against the Lynches. When I can tell you now, when John Lynch's house got blew to fucking bits, you had 3 members of the Farleys at the scene. You had 3 members of the Farleys at the scene of that explosion outside that Lynch's house. in West Derby, I think.
Certificates and displaying their pride. A huge welcome to the COE.
So don't be thinking it was a pancake. It was a Farleys and Lynch. It was a security door war, but not with pancake and that. Pancake with the puppets for the Farleys. It was the Farleys that was the security firm. And as I say, if I was a snitch, I could place the leading members in that organised crime group at serious offences. Place them at them. So it's in their interest they shut their fucking little clowns up and tell them to shut their fucking mouths up. Because they're all sat there in the £1 million houses and that can come crumbling down. Can all come crumbling down on yous, mate. And yous know it, don't yous? They're just options. They're options. But the point I'm making, just like all these young kids now, game young lads, being spotted by these groups, using this kid to shoot him in the leg. That kid owes this group a bit of dough. His Mars Ken's being shot up. They're not screaming at us, but the kid who's the victim of it, I owe them dough, they've had my house shot up. Goes round. Don't fuck with them, fuck with them. You're not understanding that a 16-year-old kid on a bike just being given 5 ton and the hopes of being one of the boys. Now this kid's getting thrown around the city now. Anyone that's offending these, pop, 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 pop. No one knows this kid. They're thinking it's them. So every time there's an incident of revenge or retaliation or someone's being dealt with because of them, their reputation goes. A lot of people are getting scared of them. Why? Because it's the only firm in the city that's getting people shot and shit now. What does that do? All the drug dealers in the city want swag off them now. Why? Because these are the fear factor. These are the ones that have got people shit scared, and whatever these say goes. So now their graph phones going through the fucking roof, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, ringing, shifting boxes and boxes and boxes around the city because these young kids sprinting around doing madness for them. That's how it works. It's how it worked with us, and that's how it's working with loads of kids on your estates now. They're doing madness, establishing the elders a reputation which is generating fucking hundreds of £1,000s a month through drug dealing. They go on, start laundering the money into beauty parlours, fucking gymnasiums, clubs, cafes, everything, dog breeding. And you see them 10 years down the line, legitimate, sitting in their houses. But it doesn't mean they're not involved mentally in that shit. They still got the poisonous minds. They still got the dirty, manipulative, horrible ways. They're still stabbing people in the back. They'll still bang your bird behind his own wife's back. That mentality they've all still got. Doesn't matter how legit they look. It doesn't matter how good their house looks. It doesn't matter how good the skin looks and how well they look. In here, they're always going to be fucked. So they do things just like we're traumatized. They are. Just like we can't forget things from our past. They can't. But it's more ego and pride that's being dented, and they can't let that go. So where I've offended the Farleys as a kid all my life and took the piss out of them and let people know they're a gang of dickheads, they're still there in the 40s, 45s, targeting me across social media and doing things to impact on my life. Just like the Moors and all. Oh, do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's a messy world. How the fuck am I meant to break free from it without reacting in violence? I don't know. That's it. I don't know how to break free from them because they're just dragging me back and everything I'm doing. So look, am I meant to just say I don't know where I am? Because these. So look, I'm either there or I'm there. It's pointless me saying I'm here because he is nowhere. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm either a good guy or I'm a fucking bad guy. I'm not in between. So we either move into the good space or return back to the bad space. That's what it is, isn't it? I'm trying my hardest to get into the good space, and the people from the bad space are trying their hardest to not let me in there. And no one in the good space is willing to take on the bad energy I've got from the bad space. If that makes sense. So what am I meant to do? Go forward, like? I'm not wanted in the good space. Why? Because the bad space are chatting mad shit about me still. Spreading horrible rumours that aren't true. So all these people that are interested in me going into schools, I've now got a little bit of a fucking mad seed of, hang on, no smoke without fire. Yet the no smoke without that fire is behind them. You've got an organised crime group trying to fucking cancel me. That's the no smoke without fire there. It's all on them. The people that do start getting around me, the good people around me, they're harassed within weeks. As soon as they see me networking and working with people, they're harassed by the same groups. Shut them down, isolate them, don't let them get out, don't let them... That's what it's about with me. Like they've been telling people for years I'm not allowed in Liverpool. I'll step in Liverpool, it makes them feel like they start tagging me across social media. It's mad. It's just weird the way the police and the criminals have worked together before I got my 18-year prison sentence and after. The police and the local drug dealing families have worked against us in 2000s and that.
Planning your next getaway.
Told you, mate, them Farleys, mate, dirty firm, that.
With our in-app
Dirty firm, mate.
see how you spend and what you can set aside.
They had policemen coming onto our estate for them, targeting us. They used to train with them in the fucking... in the gym on Edge Lane, what was it called? Years ago there was a brand new gym opened on there. And all the feds from the OSD, Operational Support Division, used to train in there. And I've gone there once, years later, with a kid called Snowy, which was Champ's runaround, like a little runner for the Farleys. I've gone in there with him to do a training session, and I'm witnessing Champ, Ian Farley, Alan Farley, training with these dirty coppers that have been stitching us for fucking the last 12 months and that. Seeing Mick Donnelly training with Officer Bird and fucking people. I'm thinking, wow, how are you training with these when they're on our estate putting swag on kids and getting them 3 years and that? It was Mick Donnelly and that, weren't it? Sending the feds onto us, mate, because we were taking the George in Anfield. Just not on purpose, we were just setting up shop after years of not being allowed to. We broke into the market, started taking graft around the area, and everyone was unhappy about it. And when we started getting into conflicts with situations, like with people that they couldn't deal with, so like the Farleys and that, they couldn't deal with this kid called Mikey Wright. Mikey Wright made it them. They couldn't deal with it. But then a few months later, a year later, we're in conflict with Mikey Wright, and we're dealing with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That made them look irrelevant, but what they done to get in on the angle is start supplying us with weapons. Cunts, aren't they? So now we're in conflict with the rights, and now the people that have been trying to fucking ruin us because it was around Tommy Gilday. It's the whole agenda from the Farleys because it was around Tommy Gilday and not them. They're now giving us weapons to deal with the rights and that. So the weapon that was used in the David Regan murder, the Beretta with the silencer on it, that came directly from Christopher Farley. So you can imagine it, can't you? I go to jail a few months later, come out 12 years later, and you've got Christopher Farley, a high-ranking Freemason, a legit, getting embraced by the feds and all this mad shit, and I'm just thinking, wow. sort of proved everything that I'd been saying about it. Complete fucking wrong-uns, mate. Used and abused young lads to establish themselves a reputation. Now the Farleys, you'd always get it's the Farleys, but there was loads of people that made the Farleys. Chrissy Farley's never really been game with a blade, he's been good with his hands, but he's never been a murderer. But he's had loads of kids that have had that murdering instinct round him. All of them got used and abused and fucking left to rot years later when they moved on with the millions and the big houses and that. Like your decent kids, like your Eddie McCabe's and your people like him just got left out in the fucking cold. But you'd had other people attached to the Farleys, which was like, you'd had like the McLarens, Carl Coldicott, Anthony Scott, all these fucking weird people from back in it, all steroid abusing weird creatures. Not the McLarens were fucking decent. But even yeah, the McLarens, but even the Farleys got them into shit as well, didn't they? They snitched on the Clarks, the Farleys, but the McLarens got the flack for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? When the Clarks allegedly fucking came and done one of the things years ago, one of them fucking turned gangster. One of the Farleys turned gangster. And asked for dough and that. They started that off in the city, like. They got attacked. I think I'm not sure who it was anyway, but they got attacked and then they asked for dough for it. You're charged up, you're going to jail unless you give us money. So they call it blackmail, but I called it what it fucking was. But they started a trend off in the city then, and then loads of people participated in it. Before you know it, you've got Carlos Escoffrey, who was basically a Farley, a Lee O'Reilly, a Pancake. And when it was going off with the Lynches, he was working for the Farleys basically. And the Lynches have gone into the Zeta and Vine, sprayed it off, ballied up, got this Carlos, given him something like 120 stitches, left him in a mess. Sean Lynch and that, left him in a mess. He's turned around, snitched, and then said to them, I want dough. So now you've got this trend in the city of Liverpool now. Anyone that's fucking getting a bullet in the leg, they're making statements and going, I want dough. That's why a lot of snitching started in the city of Liverpool on the back of the Farleys, mate. Might sound like I'm just hating on them. I'm not really. I'm just telling you how they are. Even young Alan, lad, he's one fucked up, mad, perverted man, mate. And anyone that knows him from his teenage, youthful years will tell you exactly. I don't need to speak. People within them fraternities know. He's a Jason Fitzgibbon type character, Alan Farley, young Alan. And if you know what I mean by a fake Jason Fitzgibbon type character, if you've been in a party with Jason Fitzgibbon, or if you've been any to them Diddy parties with him, or all this mad shit, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. Mad, mad, mad. Gone in the head shit, mate. Damaging young girls all over the gaff and that. They're like 29 and they've got like an 18-year-old girl doing atrocious, horrible, mad shit to them. And that Ian Morgan, I tell you who the worst for it. Carlos Escoffrey, Ian Morgan, Mark McMullen and young Alan Farley, mates. I've seen them in some weird, fucked up, mad shit like. Honest. Some mad shit, mate. Macher and Mad Dog used to just slam it in this Astra GCA. Darren, what are you doing, lad? Do you want to get with us? Come on then, yeah. I'd jump in, they'd go and get fucking Carlos Escoffrey from the South End, and then they'd end up on the dock road where the brasses stood. And they had this brass, the favourite brass was named Tiger. Some black woman from Toxteth. Some of the fucking sick shit they were doing. And I was only young. I was just shocked. I was like, wow, fuck, I'm not going with yous again. I almost never went with them again now. And then years ago, we had this woman called Snatch. You might have heard me speak about this story, Snatch. I'm convinced there was an offence was getting made in that house, mate. And it's unfortunate for the daughters, because they probably thought it was fucking normal what was going on in there. And if they realise now that it's not, they're too scared to say nothing. Why? Because it's the Farleys. But I used to have this mate called Peter Almond. He turned out to be a snitch. He blew Danny Reid up on a murder years ago and moved to Spain. But before all that kicked in, he used to live in a place called Goldie Street on Sleepers Hill. And right next door to him, Snatch moved in with her children. Now Snatch, I think originally was from Manchester. What was her name? Pat something. And she was a big woman with short red hair. And I think she battered both ways, and she'd been to jail, and she had loads of tattoos of men's names up and... So she was a bit of a goer, but
there were days that I stayed in the life.
It was still wrong.
Whenever the ex-friends leave, I would do it.
So for example, one example, I've come out of come out of Peter's, and it's about fucking 11:30 in the morning. And the doors ajar like it always is, and I've just burst in, went in the room, all the lights are off. In the corner you've got an adult movie, and you've got these while Snatch is there, all going for it. I didn't see the little girl Lisa in the corner. So you've got 4 grown men, early 20s, all doing what you should do in your bedroom as a young boy, with the mum and the young girls in the vicinity. Now as the months start going by, and like 8 months later shit like this, you've got these young girls given these chews. You've got 3 of them working on one of these young girls at once, and I'm witnessing all this. I'm not part of it. I'm going in going, wow, fuck yous. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not lying. There's just no need for me to lie. I'm not lying. And it's a shame that the young girls have not got I wouldn't call it the strength. You mightn't even know. I might be making them feel uncomfortable here, so I'm just going to stop talking about it, to be honest. It's not good, is it? But this is all the shit that you witness when you're growing up, and you keep your mouth shut. Why? Because you think it's normal. You're growing up like the hardest people in the fucking city. You're around them and you think that behaviour's normal. You've probably got 16-year-old kids with 29-year-old drug dealers now floating with them, going to mad situations, watching mad shite with brasses and that, and they're thinking that's the way you treat these birds. And do you get what I'm saying? And it's just not. It's just not, mate. And the city's rife with all them drug dealers. All them fucking people. I know what they're like in their mind, mate. They're fucked, mate. Honest. I never participated. Why? Because I was the one who was always going to jail. None of them went to jail. 1 or 2 of them did. But most of them never ever went to jail. Whereas I was getting took out the picture and then back in, and then back out and then back in. And every time I got took out and tried to come back in, there was a bit more, oh, where's him again, with me. So I was just like avoiding them, they were avoiding. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was never compatible with the Farleys ever, due to me being raised basically by Tommy Gilday and his firm. And the Farleys and Tommy Gilday had a fucking madness for years. The dads got dealt with, then the sons tried to deal with it, and then they just got dealt with. But because I'm round Tommy and all this madness is going on, I'm like getting considered a Gilday instead of a Farley. So all the other lads off our estate and round our area was all caught up with the Farleys. and they'd all linger around the Farleys, and they'd all drug deal for the Farleys and the Lows and shit like this. So Davy Lowe and Chrissy Farley, they were the main drug dealers in Anfield back in the day, and everyone that was dealing drugs around that little vicinity was for Davy Lowe and the Farleys. So everyone, whether it was Champ, Eddie McCabe, Mick, Donnelly, all these names, they were considered the Farleys. So when the Farleys had to go and rush a door down there, you'd have one Farley there and loads of different names, but they'd be called the Farleys. So because I'm around the Gilday, I'm classed as one of the Gildays. He's one of them. What? So when I'm round trying to mingle with the lads of our estate, but they mingle with them, I'm mingling with them. And then Farley's shouting over, fuck off, spy. So I'm on the corner with the lads who I've grew up with, and now I'm getting told to fuck off, you spy. Spying for the girls, eh? Fuck off. So that's the treatment I'm getting off the Farleys when I'm a kid. But I'm a cheeky kid, so I'm giving them shit back, which is making them angry. Got to the point where I've got Chrissy Farley coming on curbs trying to bonnet me. I've got Chrissy Farley battering my older brother, who's his mate, our Billy. They're starting to batter our Billy because of me and Danny. It's what the Farleys are doing. When I'm in jail, the twins, the granddads, have grabbed my mother and smashed her all over his pool table while I'm in jail.
That's why they're worth more with American Express.
Because of me.
Signature, that's it, yeah.
That incident's no longer than 15 years ago where they smashed me ma in the Solly pub, grabbed her by the neck, choked her out. My ma's nearly 80. You don't hear about all this shit, do you? You just think, oh, we scream like the Farleys. You should see what they've been doing to me since a kid. Why did it start? Because I was around the Farleys. I mean the Gildays. Why was I around the Gildays? I'm out to Dyson Hall for the day. I'm on the estate. Dyson Hall's a kids' care home. I'm on my ma's estate for the day. I've just had a spliff. I'm walking up the road. There's a gang of kids playing. Some mini comes round the corner hitting speeds. It's one of the kids. Sends the kid in the air. The kid's in a mess on the floor. No one's doing fuck all. I go over to the kid. I'm only young myself. Go over to the kid. Pick the kid up where she live. Take the kids to her house. The house just happened to be Tommy Gilday's. And then there you go. I'm in with the Gilday's from there. And I just got severed off the Farleys because of it. So years later, whatever's gone on, I'm in prison for whatever offence, YP. I think it was I think it was my first ever jail. It was my first ever prison offence. It was. I'm in prison on that mad 15 months detained sentence, and I get a visit off Tommy's neighbour, Colin, saying Tommy fell out of a tree, like 100-foot tree or something, caught pneumonia and passed away. So now when I've got out, there's no Gilday element. So it's just the G's. And then the Farleys are targeting us. So now we're targeting their grafters. We're targeting their younger generation now. We can't get in the graft game, so we're having to burgle commercial properties, get nicked sometimes, get put in prison. And it's just not good in and out of jail. Every other cunt's doing drugs. Yous give us drugs? No. Yous give us drugs? No. They're not letting us in. You know, these families that have got it packed out and they can see the threat, they're just not letting us in. So we've had to start going, alright then, you wrapped up, where's your swag, where's your parcel, bang. Unfortunately, they just happen to be their grafters. You, another one of their grafters. So now they're getting angrier. Now it mightn't have been their grafter directly, but let's say Anthony Scott was shifting 5 boxes of heroin for the Farleys. Anthony Scott's got a grafter. We're taking that grafter. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's upsetting them further. But we done that to get our own swag. We robbed all these drug dealers, accumulated enough to tap into the market ourselves without them. got our own source, got our own link, and it's just infuriating them. Because what we've had to do is, because the whole area was locked down by the Farleys, we were on an uphill battle. But because we'd been going through the prison system, because me and Danny have been in the YP system since early, we'd established loads of contacts of people like us from around Liverpool, Manchester, St Helens, all over the country basically. We got shipped all over the country and established connections with people through the prison system all over the country. So now on our estate, when we're starting to establish ourselves, instead of us having 20 lads from around L5, we've got 20 lads, but 3 are from Crocky, 2 are from Dingle, 1's from Speak, 1's from Ayton. And this is what's going on our estate now. You've got all the game kids from them areas based outside my mum's house. So this is a different type of movement now. It's a different type of dynamics to what it used to be. We changed the structure of it. I'm not lying. You ask anyone what the world of crime in Liverpool was like pre-2000, and then ask them what it went like after 2000. And they'll tell you, completely fucking changed. And that was us that completely changed. I'm not taking credit or being big, oh we changed it. I'm telling you, that's when the city changed when it came to gang banging and organised crime. Why? Because what did we bring to the table? We didn't give a fuck about you millionaires. That's what we brought. We don't give a fuck how connected yous are. We don't give a fuck how long you've had it boxed. We're taking it to yous. And what did that do to all the other young lads in the city? It made them understand that it doesn't matter how big these are. If you've got your little 38 on you, they're fucking nothing. And we brought that flow into the city. And then when they've realised just how dangerous we are, and we started going these rights and doing this madness, and the kids around me were fucking next level gameness, they started using us to do shit for them. You know, to keep it sweet and we're all good in Anfield. So we're doing madness for them. But what it's doing at the same time, when we're doing their madness, they're looking at us going, shit, these are fucking dangerous, these like. I wouldn't like one of them put on my path. I wouldn't like that coming through my door. But they're looking at us thinking, shit, these are next level. So when we're realising that we're being used, and now we're looking at them, thinking, don't forget, use young lads, loads of use young lads will do the same process. You will have been used for years and now you're spinning it, looking at them, thinking, I've made these cut out, these could be in and you're questioning it all. And they can see that if you start fucking coming at them, mate, they're finished because you're taking shit to what the city's never seen. You're the talk of the city. That's the level you're at. Everyone, every high-ranking official is speaking about you. Every high-ranking drug dealer is worried shit about you. That's what it was like for us. We didn't give a fuck who you was. You're coming at us, we're coming right back at yous. Fuck yous old school fucking gangsters. That was the attitude, and that's the stem we brought. So normally you had kids in Lacoste trackies, red, white, big Reebok, all big mad luminous trackies, and then you'd cruise past our estate and you'll just see us all in big house, blacked out, Reebok classic, workout black, at low alpine hats black, Carrymore, all black. Every other kid in the city was still using Lacoste and Paul the Shark and bright colours. Within a year, Wes Brown and that started changing the dress code. They were like rappers from America in Crocky back then. We've started linking because of our imprisonment together. Whether it was Danny connecting or me connecting, just brought us all together. So when we're going onto the Crocky estate, mixing with little Lloydie and Wes and that back in the day, they're all like fucking American rappers, but we're coming down like fucking militant fucking house burglars, all blacked off in a sunny day like that.
That's what was in it for me.
But a few years later, before you know it, every fucking kid's dressed like that in the city. Everyone's flying around on pedal bikes instead of in cars to sell the drugs. We brought the bike work into the picture. You know, before we started putting kids on pedal bikes, everyone was in cars getting their mouth choked off them and sent to jail, getting phones took off them and shit. So there's loads of horrible shit that we've brought into the city that has gotten worse, basically. And that's where Choose a Life Not a Knife comes in. When I've got out of prison, I've seen the damage we've started. And it's not about taking the credit for it, because there's nothing to take credit for. Look at the city. Look at the youth. Look at the way the lads are dressing. Look how insecure they are. Look how weak-minded they are. Look how many of them have got addictions, but they don't like to admit it. Look how many are fucked off the coke and the ket. Look how many young lads are smoking cannabis right now. Ruining their mind on themselves. Breaking up with the mother, breaking up with the girlfriends, can't even hold a relationship together because the weed's ruining them. It's down to us adults, mate. All I've done since I've got out is recognised and highlighted. It's all I've done. The people that came at me, you started speaking about me wrong, you started trying to ruin my process, get me put back in prison. I'm well within me right to start screaming about yous. Choose a life, not a knife, mate. It's very, very, very fucking powerful, honest to God. You've got loads of boss young kids now caught up in a fucking mess, mate. And I'm telling you, you ask any old school gangster, 60, 50, older than us, we changed the dynamics in the city for the worst. Before we came into the picture, it was family names. You had the Farleys, you had the Bennetts, you had the Fitzgibbons. Do you understand what I'm saying? You had the Clarks. They were family names. We started off as the G's, but it never stayed as the G's. It turned into the Grisdale crew, the GDC. Not because of me, because of the youth. Because the G's got took out the picture. It was no longer the G's. All the kids were still in the picture. They came and took the G's out the picture. They never took the Dylans or these or them or them or them. They left them. So when the G's have been taken out, it's not really a G movement no more, is it? So it became the Grisdale estate movement, which was the Grisdale crew. And that's the way it was. You had the Tailmere Road boys, you had the fucking Breck Road boys, you had the fucking Kirkdale riot squads, you had this, you had titles. And then years later I've got out of prison. And everyone's still using titles. The Delamore firm, this firm, that firm, this firm, that firm. And someone's tried to shoot me dead on my Mars estate, and I've went in on a live feed and said, don't worry, L5, I'm alive. And from that day on I've been screaming L5. Now since I started screaming L5, all of a sudden people are calling themselves L8, L20, L22. Do you understand what I'm saying? So without me wanting to do it, I've started the postcode shit up north. Now you've got postcode conflict like you have in London. And if you go and look at what I'm saying, it's not me just putting myself in the middle of things and going, I'm responsible for this and I'm responsible for that. You know, it's there, you can see it. If you know my life story and you see how it's unfolded, you can see the impact I've had upon the criminal world when I'm in it and when I'm not in it. And still to this day with Choose a Life Not a Knife, I'm still impacting on it. L5 Alive is what started everyone saying L4, L3, L32, L8 man them. Do you get what I'm saying? it's good in a way because it's used in music. Like the L5, I was screaming L5 as a freestyle rapper. I was rapping and freestyling at that time. Still delivering the message. But me incentive on how to make money and was music. So when I'm rapping, I'm going L5. Whereas I'm not running out and shooting someone and going L5. Right. Do you want it? L5's just done an L4 in the leg. It's not like that. It's just L5 rapper, L8 rapper, L32. And other people are using the number 5 in the thing, and other people use. So it's all good in a sense, but you can understand where I'm coming from, can't you? As a man that's matured, realised his faults, understood the damage that he created on the city that he loves more than anything in the fucking world, Liverpool. When I've come out of that box of being in and I've just seen the damage that I'd participated in, created and encouraged in 2002, 3 and 4. It's only within me, I've just got to do it for myself, really. I know it's going to be helping and encouraging loads, but it's for inner peace why I do it. It's not selfish. It's just that I owe an awful lot to the city of Liverpool, and this is how I try and repay it. Because the damage, our estate before we turned into what we turned into, mate, it was just fucking boss, mate. And then the drug taking, the violence, the paranoia, the drink, just the lifestyle gets you suspecting everyone. Before you know it, you're suspecting people on your estate that's lived there since you were fucking 2 of being snitches, and you're starting to damage the properties, and you're starting to get them off the estate because you're on this mad thing that they're snitching and they're not. You're just caught up in a madness destroying your community. That family you've just fucking kicked out the house, you probably could have trusted them with your life. And you've just shot parrot and started thinking they're snitches because the credit card got robbed from work and police have called at the house because they needed a crime reference number to take a statement. All of a sudden they're snitching on yous. You're smashing windows on them and all that. Obviously you're going to get dickheads like Jason Lewis. Because look at the state of him. Oh, that's what he is. He's one of them flag swingers, aren't you, lad? Lanky legs. Oh, look at the kip here, mate. Waffling. You just never been in a hard life. The only hard life you've had, mate's getting choked out by some old man. Isn't it? Bet your fucking head's devastated that you can't go in women's toilets right now, isn't it, lad? Yes, Leanne Noxie. You nearly overstepped the mark, didn't you, fella? Yes, JT. He's become a team member there, Leanne. Nice one, Leanne, lad. Yeah, so choose a life, not a knife, people. Don't give a fuck what you think about me. Just think about what I'm screaming at your kids. How we encourage them to participate in particular things and stay away from particular things. I'm doing my bit, are you doing yours? Or are you just sitting there criticising the people that are trying to do their bit? Because there's a lot of people like you out there. You know, you're quick to judge and shout shit about people, but you're not doing nothing for yourself to impact upon your community, like the people you're trying to terror. So look at my mindset, look the way I've been, look what I'm trying to do, look what I'm trying to encourage and motivate. Imagine me as a millionaire. Do you think that mindset's going to change? Do you think all of a sudden I'm going to become a millionaire and not pump the millionaire, the £1 million into choose a life, not a knife? Is that what you think? Do you think I'm going to try my hardest to make this message as powerful as can be, and then I get into money and don't use the money to make the message powerful? Doesn't make sense, does it? So just imagine how powerful choose a life, not a knife is going to be in 20 years. It's not going nowhere. My intention is to make it as powerful and as open to anyone to be involved with. I've got a plan, I've got a purpose for years to come with my message, mate. Which it's not even my message, it's our message. It's our message, everyone can use it. It just needs to be explained properly. Just needs the right editing and the right content of me being put out there so people understand exactly what the message is about. It's not a community centre where you come and have a cup of tea. It's a life story. And within that life story, there's every single failure that your kids are looking at right now. And I've been through them and got through them and came out the other side, not fucked on drugs, but full of knowledge and experience with the ability to explain to others how to get through it. And I've got loads of them experiences. I've been getting cancelled. That's why your kids aren't getting access to the message the way they should be. They're not hearing the experiences that they can relate to. They're not hearing the coping mechanisms that I've used to get through the experiences that the majority of your lads are in right now. They're not getting that powerful wisdom. Why? Because rats are cancelling me and my content's getting fucking wrecked. My social media presence has been under attack since I've been on it. I don't do nothing bad really other than speak about dirty, dying fucking drug dealers. So who's attacking me if the only people I'm really offending are the killing kids on your estates with guns? Who's cancelling me if they're the only people that's being offended? Them. And that's what I've been up against since I've been released from custody. And it's an uphill battle, like I said an hour ago. It's an uphill battle. I don't need support off no one. Don't need financial support. I can handle universal credit. I'm happy just being free. I do need help in the sense like I just haven't got a clue what I'm doing in securing homes, securing a house, just shit like that. I just can't do none of that. That's the real reason why I'm in supported accommodation. Yeah, I don't need the support, but it's not like I haven't had the money. It's not like I can't. I've got people around me who have said, look, have you got a deposit in a first month's rent? It's there on tap if I need it. I know that. I've got a few people in my life that are very kind, very considerate. I call them angels, because they just come from nowhere when I'm in very dark places, and they've got the ability to alleviate the stresses that's making it dark. And I ask these people, I don't ask them, I say I need to move, and they just brush it off like it's not an fucking thingy, mate. But I've been here 3 years, and you understand the threat towards me, don't you? And it doesn't go nowhere, and the threat's not stalker, ignore him. He's just a fucking helmet, coked up, charged up, chatting his shit. I've got serious threats against me. I've got real dangerous people after me. So it's with these exposing my address all the time, it just impacts on me further. So when I'm saying to my people I need to move, they just think, oh, I'm fed up living here, when in reality I've spotted a kid sitting me off the last few nights. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've spotted moody people sitting in the shadows the last few nights. And where I'm from, that's people trying to shoot you fucking dead when you come out your door. So it's just like the things that people take for granted, I cherish and can't get. So all the stuff that used men and used lads have got there right now, I can't get for no fault of my own. Well, it is actually. It is a fault of my own. But it's like I can't control that fault now it's being committed. Yes, Ellen, Sophia. Didn't realise it was that late. Didn't realise there was 441 people on here listening to me, Darren G. I've had a bit of a stable mind on me tonight, haven't I, peeps? Ignore the trolls. Well, you've still got the trolls in here, but they've been getting blanked. Like Jason, you look rough as fuck, mate. Cat's destroyed you on it. And this is what I'm up against, you know, a generation of fuck-ups on drugs. Don't realise what they're doing, they're still under 35, majority of them. When they get over 35 and they realise they've got nothing behind them, you're going to realise just how strong I fucking am under your attacks. Right, because you're going to suffer horrendously for what you're doing to people. I can take you trolling, mate, but loads of people can't, mate. I can take your cyber attacks and all your harassments and your assassinating on my character and trying to fuck my reputation and all this bullshit. I can take that, but a lot of people can't. You probably won't get karma off the people that can take it. You know, you giving me shit, I can take it on the chin, it's nothing. So you probably won't get karma from what you're doing to me. But you haven't just got one target, you've got multiple. If you start trolling when you're 14, you've probably got a diary of people you're targeting by the time you're 25. And it's them people who can't handle it, who can't take it on the chin, who think about harming themselves on the back of what you're doing to them. It's them people that are in serious problems mentally because of you. And it's their karma which will catch up to you, not mine. The people you're hating. You can't hurt me, so you won't receive my fucking karma. Would you? So all you young lads out there, you little pot dealers, don't think I'm writing yous off when I'm screaming about drug dealers. I understand the dynamics there. I've been there. I've been one of you. I've been the dickhead. I'm not giving you shit, running around doing other people. What, it's my own graft? No, it's not. You're still buying your thing off dickhead. Doesn't matter if you're making a little one or on top. You're still buying your thing off dickhead. If you weren't buying your thing off dickhead, dickhead will be trying to take your phone. Okay? So the point I'm making to you young lads is when I'm screaming at these fucking dickheads, these 35, 30-year-old drug dealing fucking scumbags, I'm not screaming at you 15-year-olds that don't know what you're getting yourselves into yet. I'm not screaming at you 18, 19, 20-year-olds that haven't got a fucking clue what you're participating in. The 18, 19, 20-year-olds that have come from crime families, I can't stand you pieces of shit. Because you're still ongoing, you're not trying to break the cycle for your siblings. You're still doing what your dad's done, what your granddad done, what your fucking uncles are doing. All of them have suffered. All of them have gone to prison. You've seen the damage to your cousins because the dad was out the picture. And look at what the fuck you're doing. Break the cycle, mate. Don't let it continue. You've probably got 6 or 7 nieces and 10 fucking nephews. Every one of them are at risk of going into crime because of what you're doing. Every one of them. And you dads, you got 2 boys there. If you got them visiting you in prison every so often like a soft... What have you done? You've introduced your kid to prison. It's more likely your kid's going to start going to prison when he's 16 and 17. Why? Because you're a dickhead and you've been going to prison all your kid's fucking life. Doesn't know anything else. Where's dad? Prison. When's dad coming home? Oh, he comes home from prison. Are we going to see dad? In prison. Your kid's in school. How come your dad doesn't pick you up? He's in prison. Is this what you want? Where's your kid gonna go if his mind's on prison all his fucking life? Your kid's in school. Who's he thinking about? Dad. Where's Dad? Prison. Okay, so what the fuck is your kid thinking about then? He's thinking about Dad, but Dad's in prison. It's the second thought that counts with the kids. The first thoughts are gone. The second thought lingers. Trust me. And this is what you're doing. You young men, thinking you're living a life because you got a rollie on your fucking wrist. Your kid is going to end up in jail, but you're going to be buzzing because he's got a rollie on his wrist, aren't you? Soft cunts, mate. Understand the angle I come from. My kids have got no risk at the moment of getting caught up in that bullshit. My kids speak like posh Scousers and I don't even fucking know how. Kids have got two of the fucking roughest ass Scousers you can have in the world and they speak fucking posh. Honest, it's weird. But your kids, my bird hasn't got a circle of fuck-ups round her. I haven't got a circle of fuck-ups round me. A lot of yous have. You won't call them fuck-ups, you'll call them friends. The only time you see your so-called fucking friend is when you're getting pissed. Might pop round your house once every blue moon. Majority of the time it's when you're off your fucking face. Choose a life, not a knife, people. Everyone you bring into your life is with you for the rest of it. They take up and take away a little piece of you. When they take a piece off you, they replace it with a piece of them. Be very fucking careful who you let into your life, young people. Old people have dealt with the problems of having to... Yes, Joe, I didn't know you were in, mate. Us older generation have dealt with situations where we've let people into our lives and it's caused fucking horrible madness for all of our lives. Not just in 1992 when it happened. You're living with the shit all your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yous kids haven't let that many people into your lives just yet. A lot of yous are mixing with loads of people. But because you're mixing with loads of people doesn't mean you've let these into your life. When you start getting older, a lot of these people won't be allowed in your life and you'll notice that a lot of them won't be in your life. But you'll let certain people in. And then once they're in, even if you fuck them off 6 months later, they're in there. You will think of them 10, 20, 30 years down the line. You carry it. So if you're going to bring someone in, when they come in, they're taking a bit of you. Instantly, you're getting some of them, they're getting some of you. If they leave and they've been nasty, they've left a chunk of nasty shit in you and fucked off with your goodness. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So even just letting people in for a bit can leave you fucked for years. Why? Because you've got this mad energy off this cunt left behind. It's similar when I try and speak to you about when you fall in love with someone who's being fake. It's the same thing. So if you've got a woman and a man and they meet and the man's got false pretenses or the woman's got false pretenses, let's say the woman's got false pretenses and the man hasn't. The woman's just there looking a good time when the man's looking company in a relationship. So because this woman's after something, she's going, yeah, encouraging him to get closer. The man soft dives in 100% deep, starts falling in love. This is a fakeness. So she's blagging that she's fallen in love. And when this man's saying, yeah, I love you, she's half-heartedly saying back, I love you. Which is encouraging this man to delve deeper with his potent, 100% pure, lovable energy. And what he's doing with this potent 100% pure lovable energy, he's now transferring it into this woman that he believes loves him.
You want to fill that egg up with
So now he's transferring all that powerful, raw, truthful, potent energy into this woman.
chocolate eggs.
This woman's not falling in love the way he is. She's not transferring the energy the way he is. She's just sucking all this and replacing it with all her shit. So now she bails. She's had enough of him, used, abused him, she weren't in love with him, she's found a new thing. Off she goes. All that pure, potent, truthful energy that is transferred into her goes with her. All that energy is replaced with her dirty shit. So she fucks off feeling all over the moon. And my man feels ruined and dirty. It's the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And same on the other side. You know, it's going to take that man an awful lot of time to recover. Awful lot of time. He's got to regather his energy. He's got to get over the complexes of what's been left. He's trusted someone. She shit on him, left him in a mess. All this damages him. And it's the same on the woman's side as well, not just the man's side. You can get a woman besotted with that drug dealing scumbag and he just wants to get in your knickers. He just knows you've got a legit car licence, so he could use you a lot. So he mightn't even like you, but you've got a car. He'll sleep with you. You're falling in love with this bad boy. He just wants you because you can drive and you've got a nice flat to sit off in sometimes. So you're falling in love with him. He's banging the life out of you. Leaves you with a kid. He's not in love with you, never has been. He's been telling you I am. Why? Because you've got a car, you've got money, you've got security. He loves that type of shit, he wants that type of bird. Why? Because he's a scumbag. Everything fucks up for him and he goes to jail. I'll have me bird coming up to visit me. I'll have me bird sending me postal orders in. This is the mindset on some of them. So now all of a sudden you're pregnant too and he just goes, fuck this. Gone. Girl in a mess. Bad mess though. Going through a pregnancy, not handling it because the dad's not in it. All this shit kicks in, mate. And it's just not good, is it? So be careful who the fuck you're letting in your life, basically. Right back to the basics. Like I said earlier on, anyone that comes into your life stays in your life. Doesn't matter if the physical attributes of that person fucks off, the energy that they've left within you stays there until you learn how to fucking get rid of it. And it can start impacting on you going forward if you don't get rid of it. The last thing you should be doing is covering that shit energy with more shit energy, and that's why you shouldn't rebound. A lot of young girls and young lads seem to think to get over this emotional madness, it's best to rebound and just get yourself fucked out. It's not. If you've ended a relationship and you're feeling like shit, the last thing you should be doing is looking for another type of partner to fill the void. You need to go away, lick and heal your wounds, regather your energy, and think fucking twice before you let any other in your life. And I mean think twice. I don't mean don't let no one in your life ever again. So for example, if I'm in a relationship with this girl and I fall in love with this girl and she breaks my trust and she breaks my faithfulness and then she gets off and I don't go into recovery mode and I don't go into lick and healing mode and I just pop into this bed and then I start getting affectionate with this bird and close to this bird, but all of a sudden she does something out of the ordinary and I'm suspecting straight away that she's a fucking wrong one, when she's not. But because you haven't recovered off this shit, I've brought this shit into this relationship with me now, and now it's causing murder with this bird, and the shit I'm going through with her now is creating more fucking madness in here. So now I'm having madness with this bird over the shit I got from that bird, and now I've ended it with this bird, and now I'm in a relationship, but now instead of having me two faults off the first bird, I've now got 5 faults off the 2 birds, and I've gone into this relationship with the 5 faults. So now I'm in this relationship with this new bird, and I'm just can't be in a relationship with a girl no more because I'm getting triggered off this, and giving a shit for this and giving a shit for that and thinking this. And that's the same on both sides, men and women. You know, if you're going in a traumatic relationship and you break away from it, don't rebound into the arms of another man or the arms of another woman, because you're going to be fucked for the rest of your life. Tap out, fix yourself, heal yourself, get rid of the insecurities that they're in you, get rid of the complexes where he was calling you ugly, calling you fat, calling you whatever. Get rid of all that shit first, get yourself strong and confident again, and then pick fucking wisely. Don't just run into it because you're dying for sex. Don't just run into it because you're intoxicated off drinking drugs. You know, you want to be picking someone, not because he's good in the car, not because he's good in the bedroom, but because you know he's going to be a good fucking man for the next 30 years. It's what you should be looking at in a man. It's what you should be looking at in a woman. You don't want this relevant thing. You want that moralistic thing. You want that woman that wants to be a mother, that wants to become a nan, that wants to be the queen of a big fat. That's what you're after. You want that fella that wants to be a dad. You want that fella that wants to be a granddad. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to stay on that page, you young girls and lads, when you're picking a life's partner. A lot of you are picking partners that's, you know, if you don't know, why don't you know? Why a lot of you young girls picking a fucking dickhead when you can pick a clever kid? You know, the dickhead might get clever later on, but until then, leave him alone. Drug dealers, that's not a long-term relationship. Why do you think someone who's living a life of crime is going to be a stable, secure relationship for you as a woman? Why do you think that this lad that you're having a relationship with is going to give you the security that every woman appeals for? You're going to be in a loving relationship with this drug dealer. Everything's going to be going bliss for you. He's talking about kids. Might even get you pregnant. Everything's going fine. He's making money, got a car, he's got an apartment, he's got a shop. He's treating your mum well because he's got drug money. And then your door gets kicked off its hinges while you're 6 months pregnant, and dickhead goes to jail for 3 years. What happens there? Are you still stable? Are you still secure? Are you still dealing with this situation a lot better now there's no money coming in? That you've got no car because the feds have took it off you? Do you want all this? You don't, do you? I wouldn't want that for my young daughter. And I know many a fucking men out there that would never like that to happen to their fucking daughter. But what you're seeing out there now is loads of girls making the wrong decision when it comes to life partners, and they're being left in a fucking mess. Let me tell you now, all you girls that are in relationships with criminals and drug dealers, get out of it. Get out that relationship now, unless you're willing to lead a single life, unless you're willing to be spending all your money going to visiting your fucking fella. Because that's what you're going to have with people that, you know, if you've got a man who's got kids to a bed and he's still committing crime, he doesn't care about you. And it doesn't matter if he comes in like, I'm doing this for yous, I'm doing this crime so I can get used this and I can get used. He's not. He's a selfish lying piece of shit. He's doing it for himself. Nothing to do with his kids. The first thing a real man does when he has children is knock crime on the fucking head. Why? Because a real man knows He needs to be in that kid's life every fucking day. It's pointless sitting in prison with a 10-year sentence when you've got a 1-year-old child sat outside. It's not fucking good for you, and definitely not good for the mother and the child. Definitely. Anyway, people, choose a life, not a knife, Darren G.